Hello, good evening. Welcome to Camnet Television Main News. The top stories in the news tonight. Speaker of the National Assembly hands a 7-day suspension to LUMEZI MP. Government reaffirms its commitment to better the lives of Zambians. The DPP grants consent to prosecute EMMANUEL MWAMBA. In international news, Senegalese President MACKY SALL said to step down on April 2nd. And in sports news, FAS Super League matches to go on despite national mourning period. These are more stories coming up shortly after this break.
It's a January back-to-school promotion bonanza at Darren Bay. Take advantage of our massive price discounts and turn your wonderful school-going kids into stars. With a cornrows hairstyle going at only 30 kwacha for kids below 13 years and 50 kwacha for kids above 13 years, your child is guaranteed that neat and trusted, classy look. This curly, knotless hairstyle is going for as little as 150 kwacha from as high as 200 kwacha, wigs included. Now that's a classy saving. The sleek ponytail going at 80 kwacha from 120 kwacha makes your little one look like a true princess. Gift your pretty one with this lovely natural twist for as low as 60 kwacha from 100 kwacha, beads included. Now that's a cute saving. Your princess will look stunning in this curly ponytail at only 90 kwacha from the original 110 kwacha. Now that is a great deal. You will find us along Mosi Road, 4th Close, on the left after Kalikiliki Police Post in Ibex Hill, Lusaka. We are open from 0720 to 17 hours, 7 days a week. Call us for appointment bookings on 0772 870588 or WhatsApp on 0972 049213. Darren B, a touch of class.
Hello once again to present the program. My name is Jeffrey Ziambo. Residents of Kauma district in Western Province have bemoaned escalating indiscriminate cutting down of trees by those in the charcoal business. The residents say this is one of the major contributing factors to climate change. They say the Forest Department is not doing enough to address this issue. Details in this report.
Western Province is one of the provinces in Zambia that are severely affected by the devastating effects of climate change. Residents of Kauma district have expressed concern at the escalating levels of indiscriminate cutting down of trees by some community members, mainly for charcoal business and timber. The residents say this situation has led to the dry spell the region is currently facing for the past 3 weeks, thereby affecting their maize fields. The residents have since expressed their displeasure with the Forest Department.
It's a big concern for us who are living in Kauma now that we have a lot of trees that are being cut and for timber and for charcoal. We have forest offices all over the world, all over the country, but it's like, they are not working because we are not seeing them, taking charge of what is happening. I would urge the government to bring in more officers, forest officers, to help in this case.
Bantu bene kudandauka bano bene kudandauka abantu bibye kika kino kurengesha kubamba batarepo burongo kubamba kino kurengesha aho nkamara shaho kyo kyaringa kwikara kubamba bebarekeshe.
Some sources spoken to have the following suggestions for government.
Government must find interventions in which people should migrate from the excessive use of charcoal to some other form of energy for purposes of cooking. Otherwise, this situation is likely to worsen as we continue because charcoal, apart from people using charcoal, charcoal seems to be another means of livelihood because people sell charcoal, they sell charcoal as a means of livelihood. So it's a combination of factors that is creating and which is leading to us to experience such kind of weather.
You find a lot of people are doing charcoal business even without licenses. every person who is in charcoal business should have a license, at least, and let them also ensure that these people who are dealing the timber and the charcoal businesses are given each at least a nursery to grow these trees they are cutting down.
Meanwhile, those involved in charcoal business have cited lack of employment as the reason for their involvement in this business.
Kuna business yemu yeluweza kulifuma lipate ni sharing ya kuitusisa chalo kupa muso kulilubonele kwate ni misebezi
lukupa kwa muso kulibalu tuse kwa empowerment ya business kulikone kuitusa kwateni kweni kuluzo ma business ya malasha kakuliluziele ile.
Indiscriminate cutting down of trees can stainly lead to environmental degradation as well as contribute to climate change. Therefore, possible measures to this problem can save the environment. Enoch Kaneta for Camnet News in Kauma District, Western Province.
Lusaka's Jacaranda Secondary School head teacher Kerita Mvula has appealed to well-wishers and cooperating partners to help the school with computers, printers and other information communication technology equipment. Mrs. Mvula says the school currently has a total of 9 computers, translating to the ratio of 15 pupils to 1 computer with only 1 operational printer. She was speaking Friday morning when the Zambia Institute of Advanced Legal Education, ZALL, donated an industrial printer worth more than 360,000 kwacha as part of its 55 years of existence celebrations. Representing ZALL Acting Director and Chief Executive Officer Leah Ngulube, Chomba Sindazi said the printer is aimed at enhancing the learning experience of pupils by helping them produce tangible education materials.
The school, the challenge is now 1 to 15 learners per computer, and this delays completion of the syllabus. However, we look forward to many more opportunities of such generosity, as our goal as a school is to have 50 computers and 10 printers.
On behalf of the entire student body, I want to extend our deepest gratitude to ZALL Directorate and Management for their generosity and support. Your contribution will have a lasting impact on our school and every lives that walk through these walls.
As we hand over this printer/copier to your school, let it serve as a reminder of the power of collective action and the difference we can make when we work together towards a common goal. And our common goal is to shape the learners into future leaders.
Kayula Childhood Cancer Foundation has bemoaned the inadequate numbers of oncologists and trained cancer staff. In an interview with Camnet TV News, Kayula Foundation Project Coordinator Likando Nangonde says there is need for the country to invest in trained cancer staff in order to effectively fight cancer in children. He says retinoblastoma is one of the most prevalent cancers amongst children. Mr. Likando says cancer in children is curable, but late diagnosis is what leads to death. More in this report.
A Children's Cancer Foundation says there is need to invest in health professionals such as oncologists to ensure quality healthcare services are delivered to cancer patients. Kayula Childhood Cancer Foundation Project Manager Likando Nangonde says the country has inadequate oncologists.
Inadequate oncologists that are trained, and we also have health staff who may not have as much know-how as possible. But now, cancer being national in character as they are emerging right now, I think it is important that during the primary health cares, all those people that looking at the children during the regular under-5 health checkups also have the basic know-how of how they can screen certain forms of cancers.
Mr. Nankonde reveals that retinoblastoma is the most prevalent cancer in most children at the moment.
One point that we must bring out clearly is that cancer is present in children and it is curable. So the key behind it is just about early detection. So the sooner we detect that a child has cancer, I think the more chances there are for somebody to survive the whole disease. So, of course, currently one of the cancers that are quite prevalent is retinoblastoma. Retinoblastoma has been quite prevalent over the years, and the cancer is more or less becoming national in character.
He adds that cancer is a curable disease once detected early. He has also encouraged parents to look out for signs and symptoms, especially for retinoblastoma, that can be spotted by checking the child's eyes oftenly.
You see a spot in the eye, and that actually settles on the back of the retina. So even the way the eye tends to come out, I think one will be able to tell this eye is not good. You'll experience some squint, just some peculiarity you'll be able to tell. So it is important that immediately you begin to see or notice a peculiar growth in the eyes of the child, and just maybe the way the child is faring. You'll be able to tell the child is not well enough. So I think it is important.
Retinoblastoma is an eye cancer that begins in the back of the eye's retina, mostly common in children, and may occur in one or both eyes. Childhood cancer represents between 0.5% and 4.6% of all cancers, and varies between 50 to 200 per million children across the world. Cherish Sibote for Camnet News, Lusaka.
The United Party for National Development, UPND Secretary General Batuke Imenda, has called on Zambians in the diaspora to give back to their land. Speaking when he received a donation of chlorine from the United States Canada UPND chapter, Mr. Imenda urged Zambians abroad to always remember back home in however small way. Meanwhile, Kanyama constituency UPND chairlady Febi Mbuzi says the gesture will go a long way in fighting cholera, which has claimed more than 650 lives. More in this report.
Cholera has claimed hundreds of lives since the first case was recorded in Lusaka's Kanyama township in October last year, with thousands of cases recorded since then. Although daily cases and deaths have reduced, stakeholders have continued to offer support to the Ministry of Health and the affected communities. Latest to support this fight is the United States and Canada UPND chapter, who have donated 491 cases of chlorine to be distributed in Lusaka's Kanyama constituency, which has been among the epicenters of the disease. Handing over the donation was UPND Acting Chairperson International Relations, Stena Shampire.
US, South Africa, Namibia, UPND chapters donated 491 cases of chlorine, which has 5,892 bottles of chlorine for distribution in Kanyama. I stand before you today with a heart full of gratitude and pride as we gather for a momentous occasion for the handover of 491 cases of chlorine generously donated by the Zambians living in the US, South Africa and Namibia. This act of kindness speaks volumes about the compassion and commitment of our diaspora community towards the well-being of the Zambians back home.
In receiving the donation, United Party for National Development UPND Secretary General Batuke Imenda called on all Zambians abroad to give back to their communities.
In as much as we are thanking the American, Canada diaspora, which stands top of our diaspora, Zambia. Please don't forget that